Good morning everybody. How are you all doing? Welcome to our social studies class. So in the last class we have learnt the physical features of India. We have even learnt that there are 5 major physical features of India. So in the last class we have discussed the first feature. What is that? Absolutely right. That is the northern mountains. So here we are going to discuss the second feature, which is the northern plains. Northern plains. Here, as we have discussed earlier, what are plains? Very good. Plains are flat lines and they are level. That means even. They have highs and slopes but not very with higher altitude. Whereas the mountains are very big with very high altitude. Am I right? Yes. So here we are going to learn in this lesson about the northern plains. So how are they? What are they? How are they divided? How is the land divided? How many rivers are there? What all present on the plain? We are going to learn in this lesson. So are you all ready? Come on then. I would like to ask you to open your books and listen to what I am saying. Chalo, let's get started. So, as I have told you, the northern plains are towards the north of the India. So, northern plains are like a crest, as we have discussed. Then to the south of northern mountains, the northern mountains are northern side of India. So, to the south, that means bottom, below the northern mountains comes the northern plains. So, here as we have discussed, how are the directions shown on a map? Yes, exactly right. To your right is always east. To your left is always west. And to the bottom, very top is north. Very good. Then the opposite of it, which is at the bottom, is south. Exactly correct. So here we have discussed that the northern mountains are in northern region. They are parallel ranges, as we have discussed. Yes, but plains are not parallel. They are even, they are level and flat land. Here this is the flat land. So how they are stretching to? So from the west of Punjab, it starts from the Punjab. Here is a map of India. Then from Punjab to the west, it stretches over to the Assam in the east. As we have learned, the states here, how many states we have in the eastern area? Very good. We have 7 states. They are called as 7 sisters. So, in those 7 sisters, we have learnt Assam. So, to the east of Assam, it stretches from west of Punjab to the east of Assam. So, how many states we have here? Like you can see, Punjab, then below Punjab, we have Haryana. Then, the capital of India. What is the capital state of India? Exactly correct. That is Delhi. So, which is in the center of India. So, Delhi is also in the northern plain. Okay. Then comes the Uttar Pradesh. Then after that, Bihar, Jharkhand, then Assam, and here we have Tripura, where it is bounded by 3 sides. It is covered by the neighboring country. What is the neighboring country here? We have learnt. What is it? In the east, what do we have? Which neighboring country do we have? Very good. It is Bangladesh. So, this Tripura is covered by Bangladesh from 3 sides and the other is towards the other state of India. So, here Tripura, Assam, Jharkhand, West Bengal, Delhi, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Haryana, Punjab. So, these are the states we are going to learn today, that all comes in northern plains. So, here what do people like to visit? People like to go to tourist places. Am I right? Where we have sceneries, rivers, natural and the waterfalls and many more beautiful places. So we like to visit very much. Am I right? So the same way, Northern Plains also have many tourist places. So the famous cities in this region are Punjab. When you remember the name Punjab, what do you remember? Yes, the Pajis, the Sikh, who will be wearing the turbans always. Am I right? And what do they like to eat most? Very good. They like to eat makai ki roti, sarsu da saag. Am I right? And then the famous dance. What is it called? Yes, you all love to dance. So that is called as Bhangra. So from this state it starts to the west. So here in Punjab we have a famous place. What is that? Amritsar. Like that, and Lucknow, and then Patna in Bihar, and many Varanasi, many holy places and many tourist places we can see in the Northern Plains. We will learn in detail furtherly. Okay, so in these Northern Plains, what are we going to learn? Where we have learned that Himalayan ranges are full of snow. Very good. Throughout the year, it is covered with snow. White, beautiful ice. You love to play with ice? Am I right? So that is why the Himalayan ranges are covered throughout the year with the snow. You have learnt. So what is Himalayas called as? Abode of snow, a house of snow. So the other name of Himalaya is abode of snow. So even in the summer season, it is also covered with snow. So when summer season comes, the sun releases lot of heat. We suffer with the sweat. Am I right? So in the same way, what happens to the ice? When you take out from the refrigerator, if you heat it up, what happens? Exactly correct. It melts. It forms as water. Correct. Then in summer season, where we have covered with snow, they melt and flows. As we have also learnt, the glaciers, where river melts and flows, ice flows, where ice water flows is called as glaciers. So in the same way, when summer season comes, what happens? This ice melts and flows down with a great speed, very high speed, and mixes up into the small water bodies and the large water bodies. Am I right? That is, what are small water bodies? Rivers, lakes, streams, etc. And then they go and mix up with large water bodies, oceans and seas. So that is what we are going to learn today in this lesson. Himalayan rivers and the plain rivers. Three main plain rivers are there in Northern Plain. What are they? River Satluj, River Ganga, River Brahmaputra. About that also we are going to learn, in which region, in which states they flow, what are they giving us, how are they important, how are river important to us. We are all going to discuss in the further class. Then also many people live in the plain. Plain is flat surface where you can build houses, buildings, and also the airways and waterway. What all you want to construct using rocks or the materials, you can easily construct on plains as they are flat and level. So that is why many people live in this region. The plain is a region where thickly populated. Populated means where there are many people living. Very good. So here plains are thickly populated compared to the mountain ranges. Compared to mountain region, plains are the place where many people live. So that is why it is thickly populated. So many people live here. What do people do? They wear different types of clothes. They speak different languages. They have their own culture. So in these northern plains, we are going to learn the life in the northern plain. How are the people living there? What are they wearing? What are they eating? What are they speaking the language? So everything we are going to learn today. Are you all excited to listen to this? Yes. So then let's get started. So here next is Himalayan rivers. First is Himalayan rivers. As I have said you, as it is completely covered with ice throughout the year, when summer season comes, it melts and mix up with smaller bodies and large bodies, where it goes and flows with rivers. So what does the water do when you see a water gushing up speedily? Have you all went to beach? I may think you all have went to beach, many of you. So what do you see in the sea coastal area of the beach? What do you see where land and water meets? What do you see? Yes, you see it is fully covered with sand. It is very moist, it is very soft. So here in the same way, when the water flows from the Himalayas, as it comes down, when the water melts in the summer season, and also we have heavy rainfalls. Due to this, we have heavy rainfalls in the northern region and also in the northern plains. So this rainwater also mixes up, and what does they bring to the shore? Very good. They bring the sand, silt. Silt is also a smooth sand where it is like clay, which is moist. So this all mixes up and comes down to the river. Then what happens when the rainwater mixes up? The sand and silt are separated and thrown to the northern plains region. So that is why that sand and silt is called as alluvium. What it is called? Alluvium. So this soil, alluvium soil, is fertile soil. Why is it fertile soil? Because we can use in cultivation, we can grow plants, we can grow paddy, wheat, etc. here. That is why the plain region, the northern plain, is the place where you can have cultivation and agriculture, we can have food. That is why this northern plain also have one more name. What is it called? The rice bowl of India. We all Indians, what do we like to eat the most? What do we eat in the meals? The mostly eaten meal is rice. So where do we get rice from? Very good. We get rice from paddy. So the paddy is the most grown crop in this region. Paddy is the most grown crop in this region. That is why the northern plain is called as rice bowl of India. What it is called? Rice bowl of India. As it gives paddy much, where all the paddy grows. So that is why it is called as. So this alluvium soil is good for growing crops. So we all love to eat rice very much. So in this region the paddy is grown much. Then we have three more important rivers in this region. Sorry, we have four important rivers in the northern mountains, Himalayan rivers. What are the Himalayan rivers? Himalayan rivers are Indus, Ganga, Yamuna and Brahmaputra. What are the four main rivers in the Himalayan region? Indus, Ganga, Yamuna and Brahmaputra, where they flows from the Himalayan region. Indus flows from the northern part. Here the river flows. So we also have, to this northern plain, we also have another name. What is that? We also call it as, you will learn this in the future classes. When you go to higher classes, you will be learning. But I will be telling you, it is also called as Indo-Gangetic plain. What it is called? Indo-Gangetic plain. Why is it called Indo-Gangetic Plain? Where you can see Indo-Gangetic. When you see the name, what do you find? River Indus. You have learned. What are the main rivers? Rivers Indus and River Ganges, which is called as Ganga. So, Indus and Ganges are the main rivers in this region. So, that is why this is also called as Indo-Gangetic Plain. Now, what is the name of our country? Exactly correct. What is it? India. So, how is this name arrived from? Have you ever thought how did we get a name called India to our country? India is also came from this river Indus. From this river Indus, we got the name to our country called India. So that is why in the northern region, Indus and the Ganga are the main rivers which have many tributaries, where the water connects to the many rivers, that is called as tributary. So that is why the four main rivers of Himalaya are Indus, Ganga, Yamuna and Brahmaputra. These are in the Himalayan region. Then how many rivers flow in the northern plains? What are the main rivers? We have three main rivers in the northern plains. What are they? River Satluj, River Ganga, River Brahmaputra. So Satluj, what is Satluj? Satluj is the river which mixes up, which combines with the river Indus in the northern region, where it flows down, and here we have Satluj, then it mixes up with river Indus. So it is also the tributary of river Indus. Satluj is the tributary of river Indus. So here in northern plain, what do we have? We have Satluj river basin, Ganga river basin, Brahmaputra river basin. So what is basin called? Basin is an area watered by river and its tributaries. So area where it is covered by water and also the tributaries. As I have told you, like Satluj is a tributary to river Indus. Yes. So we have three main basin here, that is Satluj river basin, Ganga river basin, Brahmaputra river basin. Now to the each we are going to learn in detail. So first is Satluj river basin. What is Satluj river basin? So Satluj river basin has the Beas, flows in the southwest direction. It has the tributary, the Beas. So this has a tributary called the Beas. The name of a river, a tributary where it connects and mixes up with southwest, in the southwest direction. As I have told you, in this also river flows in the southwest, not from the north, it comes down to the west and it mixes up with, which is the sea we have here. Very good, Arabian Sea. So in the same way, this Satluj also is connected to the river, the Beas, the tributary. Then it flows in the southwest direction and mixes up with river Indus. What is the neighboring country to the north? We have learnt in the first lesson. What is it? Pakistan, Afghanistan. So to the north we have Pakistan. So this flows to the Pakistan. This river Beas, the Satluj river, flows in the southwest direction and meet our neighboring country Pakistan. And then it flows down and mixes up with a huge, very large water body, as we have told you. What is it? Arabian Sea. We have Arabian Sea here. They flows from the north and the southwest. This Satluj river flows from the southwest and mixes up with river Indus and then comes down to the Arabian Sea, where it mixes with the large water bodies. Then in which region, in which states this river is flowing? The state of Punjab and Haryana. We have learnt here. Punjab and Haryana are below each other. To the west we have this Punjab and Haryana. So this Satluj river is floated in this state. In this state we can see this Satluj river basin. So we have the famous dam constructed in this state. What is that? The Bhakra Dam. What it is called? Bhakra Dam. The famous dam here is Bhakra Dam. Here in your textbook you can see the picture of Bhakra Dam here. So this is built on Satluj River. So what is water helpful for us? How is the water helpful for us? Water is helpful for irrigation, where we can grow crops much. To grow crops we need water, and also we have power supply in our houses. Am I right? So how are we getting this electricity from? Through the water, through the dams we are getting. So as it flows in the Punjab and Haryana states, so this Bhakra Dam provides electricity for the states called Punjab and Haryana. And we also have Indira Gandhi Canal. In this state we also have Indira Gandhi Canal. So that is also taken from the Satluj River. So where it provides water to Rajasthan. Below below Punjab we have Rajasthan here. So the canal, Indira Gandhi Canal, provides water to Rajasthan. Then what are the major crops grown in this region? As I have told you, it is also called a rice bowl of India. So paddy is grown much. Then wheat, paddy, cotton and sugarcane are the main crops grown in this region, in the Satluj River Basin. These are grown very much. So Satluj River Basin flows from the states called Punjab and Haryana. So it flows to the southwest and mixes up with the river Indus, and then they join to the Arabian Sea, flows down and mixes up with a large water body, that is Arabian Sea. So let us recall what all we have learned in this class. So what have we learned? We have learned about the northern plains, where it stretches from west of Punjab to the east. It is to the south of northern mountains. So we have the states covered in this region are Punjab, Haryana, Delhi, which is capital of India, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Jharkhand, Assam, Tripura and West Bengal. These are the states that are covered with northern plains. Then this is also called as rice bowl of India, as the paddy grows much, where we get the fertile soil called as alluvium, where rivers drop the sand and the silt in this region. They brings up the sand and silt, which is good for growing crops, which is called as fertile soil, that is called as alluvium. So here the main crop grown in this region is paddy. So it also has another name called as rice bowl of India. We have also learnt the Himalayan rivers. What are the Himalayan rivers? There are 4 main rivers in the Himalayan region. What are they? Indus, Ganga, Yamuna and Brahmaputra. And we also have another name to the northern plains, that is Indo-Gangetic Plain. Why is it called Indo-Gangetic Plain? As we have the river Indus and Ganges flows in this region, where we have the tributaries in this region of Indus and Ganga. So that is why it is called as Indo-Gangetic Plain. Then we also learnt the 3 main rivers of northern plains. What are they? Satluj River, Ganga River, Brahmaputra River. And now we have discussed about the basin, where it is surrounded by water and tributaries. So 3 main basins are Satluj River Basin, Ganga River Basin, Brahmaputra River Basin. So in this class we have learnt the Satluj River Basin. This Satluj River Basin is a tributary of river Indus, where it flows from the northern part and mixes in the southwest and goes and mixes up in the Arabian Sea, which is a large water body. So this Satluj River flows from which states? Exactly right, Punjab and Haryana. In these 2 they flow from this region. So we have a famous dam in this region, where it is constructed on the river Satluj. What is it? Bhakra Dam. So this dam provides water for irrigation, gives electricity, and also this river flows into the Rajasthan, where they use water for irrigation and also cultivation, many more purposes. So it also flows to Rajasthan. This Satluj river also flows to Rajasthan. It gives electricity to the Punjab and Haryana. So major crops grown in this region are paddy, cotton, wheat and sugarcane. This is what we have learned today in this class. Hope you all enjoyed it. Thank you so much. Love you all, sir. Let us meet in the next session with the further topics. Thank you so much.